So my last new technology resource that I wanted to share is something called Data Nuggets, and this is actually the one that I'm most excited about. Part of the next generation science standards are teaching our students science skills, and one of the things that I find students struggle with is the ability to analyze and interpret data. And that's where Data Nuggets comes in. So Data Nuggets was actually something that I found in looking around for things in this project. And as soon as you're on the home page, it says activities that bring real scientific data into the classroom, guiding students through the entire process of science while building their quantitative abilities. So this is kind of everything that I try to do when I teach students how to interpret and analyze data. And it's all there and it's all kind of done for us. So I'll start by going to what are data nuggets. And it goes on to talk about the fact that Data Nuggets was founded and different activities and things like that. But really what it kind of boils down to is you have different levels of Data Nuggets. I'm a middle school teacher, so I'll be focusing on ones that are level 2 and up. And each Data Nugget has different types of graphs included with them. So I think the easiest way to go through this is to go to our searchable table and show you guys one of these Data Nuggets and what it can be used for. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to search for evolution. And the one that I was looking at was, is it better to be bigger? So as we click on this, it's actually based on something that Charles Darwin talked about, and part of it is the brown Anole lizards, which are some of our American chameleons. So we have posted for each of these data nuggets a bunch of resources. You have a teacher guide, you have 3 different types of graphs. There's a PowerPoint that you could project with this activity for your students, and of course the grading rubric at the end. So I'll start with the teacher guide, and we'll take a look at what's included in that. I apologize, apparently you have to log in for the teacher guide. You have to fill out a request form. Last time I checked, that was not there. But if we bring up data type A, you can see it starts with some research background, gives the students some background information, all these different things about brown anoles, starts with a scientific question, even provides a possible hypothesis, and then it provides a data table. So their job then in this data table is to, think of this in terms of data analytics. They're identifying the independent and dependent variables. We have a second graph here that they're to draw arrows on, and then they're to make a claim, which we've practiced in class making claims with evidence and reasoning, so they should be able to handle that. And down here, it's kind of bringing it all together, right? Do you feel that it supports the hypothesis? What evidence do you use? What reasoning do you use? And they have to pull all of that out of the data table and even the chart. So that was one of the worksheets we have. That was type A. If we go to type B, we'll see that there are some different things, right? Same intro, same background, but when we get down here, we have different types of activities because the students now have to make this graph using the data that was present in this table. So for students who struggle to make graphs, you could give them the first one and have them draw arrows. Students who are a little bit more accustomed to making graphs, you could provide this one and have them include the the data points on that scatter plot. If we go back here to type C, this would be the most challenging, where it would provide them with the data and then nothing, right? There's no axes labeled. They'd have to make that graph all on their own starting from scratch. So this is a good way to differentiate, the skill of being able to make and analyze and interpret data while still focusing on some science content. Because back in our searchable table, if you bear with me as this loads, there are a lot of different types of resources here. So I searched just evolution, but now we can go here, we can see there's animals in competition. We have coral reef bleaching. We have the secret lives of carnivores. So there's an excess in different types of content areas where you can use these. So these could be very easy to plug and play as a quick, 20-minute intro to a day while still talking about your content, but having them practice some of these science skills that are not easy to come up with. Because being honest, trying to make data sets built on content takes a long time and is not always the easiest. So I think it's really exciting that they're all done here for you. And I can't wait to do my first one for my students.